Okay, so if everything went fine, you should get something. You should get this sort of an output, like I got it here. The one that I am selecting now, you can see it on the screen. So this is something that you should get. It didn't last that long, maybe 5 to 10 more minutes, something like that. I really don't know. I'm not sure. I didn't exactly time it. That's just my approximate estimate, nothing more. So now that that is done, we can go ahead and clear the screen and then go into the downloads folder, and we will have something like this, say called Linux 2.0.0 VBox AMD 64.ova. Let's go ahead and double tap on it and see what happens. Nice. Okay, so it says that it allots one CPU, 2 gigabytes of RAM. I sincerely hope that you have enough RAM on your Mac. If you have 4 gigs of RAM, it should work still. You can always resize it later. It's no big deal. But yeah, so if you just have 4 gigs, you might want to resize it later. I will show you how to resize it, but if you have like 6 or 8, or, well, I don't think that you're going to have 6. If you have like 8 or 16 or something of a kind, or something like that, then it is completely irrelevant. You will be able to function like so without any problems of whatsoever. And just go ahead and click on import. And it says importing. Okay, well, these downtimes and waiting, this is murderous, but gotta wait through it. While this is going on, let me just tell you that during the past few days, I have not found the MacBook Pro battery lacking. It is fantastic. It does last for quite a while, which is amazing. Come on, my good man, come on. Why are you giving me like 12 minutes to just import the image? Should be faster than that. Oh well, I guess I shall segment this video and make it like make one tutorial of multiple parts, so I will merge them together. So let's just call it here, and then I will merge the next part with this one as soon as the 11-12 minutes have passed, most likely 15, so you don't have to sit here and hear me rumble until this is done. Okay, so once it is done, you will get a screen like this. And it says Kali Linux 2.0.0 VBox AMD 64. If you're wondering where this is on the file system, I am guessing it should be in the same place as it is on a Linux machine. So let's go ahead and type in cd and just cd, actually revert back to the home directory of the current user. So that's users Udemy here. And let's do ls from here, and there you go. You see how it says now VirtualBox VMS. If you go to cd VirtualBox VMS, and there you go. You can see this Kali image. It is here. It is functional. It is working. So whether it's working or not, we actually have to check that. Now, if you have only 4 gigs of RAM available on your Mac, just go ahead and go into just right click here, and then go into, for me, right click is just 2 fingers touching the touchpad, and then go into settings. You can go into system if I'm not mistaken, and then you can move this pointer left to reduce it and right to increase the amount of RAM. You can only do this while the machine is powered off and not while the machine is powered on. And this is very nice. Oh, I can actually use 16 CPU cores, which means I have 4 actual and 8 virtual. No, I have 4 actual and that would be 12 virtual cores, which is very nice. If my guess is right, because this is a quad core processor in it. But 16 CPUs means that I can run 15 virtual machines here at once. I know, right? It would probably like overload the system or load it to its maximum, and the system would be rather slow. But hey, I could actually run 15 virtual machines and one actual, which is very nice. So all of this, we're not going to need it for now. For the time being, I just want you to go into system and then go and be able to adjust the size of RAM just in case you have just 4 gigabytes available on your Mac. But if you have more than 4 gigabytes, you can just leave it at default and not touch it at all. So let's go ahead and power on for the very first time our Kali Linux machine. Just double tap on it and pray that it starts and works. So this is a first install Kali Linux to Linux. I'm just going to go ahead and select that one. It says loading, please wait. I'm so hoping that this pre-built version already has guest editions installed. That would be so nice. But if it does not, no big deal. We will be able to install them ourselves. Okay, it says fail to with the vulnerability assessment. Don't worry about that. You can install it additionally and configure it. But I mean, there's no real need for it at the time being. This is just a virtual machine anyway. Okay, boot, come on. Anytime. Any moment now. And there we go. So username should be root, and the password should be Tor, so Toor. Let's see if this is the same setup as the live Kali Linux, where the default password is Toor. So in case somebody didn't actually hear me spell that out, the username is root, and the password is just the reverse of this. So Toor. That's the default setup. Later on, you can add in new users, change the password, etc. So we got Kali on. Let's see if we can get a full screen. We can get a full screen. Voila. Excellent. So we don't actually need to install VirtualBox guest editions, which is awesome, as we don't need to actually go through that process at all. Let's go to the full screen like this. Okay, so it doesn't actually go to the full screen all the way. It could go a bit further. No, forget about it. This is gonna be good enough. I don't think that there will be a need to actually change anything. Actually, you can actually stretch it out by 0.5 millimeter more if you like. Feel free to do so. But there you go. Kali is installed. Kali is up and running. It is functional, and I don't see any problems here. So let's see if I have internet connectivity. I can type in ping google.com. So this is stock. I didn't change anything. Press enter, and voila, the internet does work. I can actually successfully ping google.com. Let's interrupt that with Control C, because it is extremely rude to leave the ping running. They're kind enough to allow us to ping them to test our connection. So let's not waste the bandwidth of their service for no reason. Just use as much as you need, and that's it. And another thing that I wish to point out is in the devices, you have drag and drop. Shared clipboard is more important, so bidirectional is enabled by default. Drag and drop is also bidirectional, but I don't really care about that as long as the clipboard functions. Now, where is my network settings? There we go. So go into network and then go into network settings. And network ports, shared folders. There we go. So it says attached to NAT. Now we can also attach it. Now NAT will pretty much mask the activity of your virtual machine behind your physical machine. So your traffic will appear as though it is coming from your physical machine. But if you want Kali to be Kali and not hide behind your physical machine, or should I say, and not expose, but just kind of present your physical machine for the rest of the world, you can go ahead and set it in bridge mode. But both modes are really fine. You shouldn't have problems with NAT at all. Some people might have a problem with bridge mode due to the drivers for the network adapters, but nothing I can do about it. You can either go onto the net and try to find the drivers if they are in existence. If they are not, tough luck. So just choose, but I mean, it's fine. You can select NAT and it's going to work. So let's go ahead and select the bridge adapter and let's see, will this work? If you don't know which adapter you are using on Mac, because when you select bridge adapter, you actually need to select and specify which adapter do you wish to use. Obviously, if you're connected to a Wi-Fi, you're going to select Wi-Fi airport, or if it's via Ethernet, you're going to select Ethernet. If it's over Thunderbolt, I don't know if somebody has an adapter or something like that, you can select this one, etc. But if you don't know which adapter your machine is currently using, there's a simple fix for this. Where is it? The terminal. The terminal. You can pop up your terminal. Well, let's just get out of here. Clear. And all you need to do is, same as in Linux, you can, let's go ahead and expand this across the whole screen. I hope this flashing white color is not going to kill your eyes. I probably will. Who am I kidding? It's killing mine. You can type in ifconfig. And then just search for the interface, because these are the interface names. So you have N2, N1, and you can take a look at which interface has an assigned IP address. So we're looking for an INET, and there we go, EN1, and we have INET, and then you have your LAN IP address here. Now this is the LAN IP address. This is most likely, most of the people have pretty much the same range of LAN IP addresses on their home networks, and it's fine. I've noticed that some people in the discussions, they hide their LAN IP addresses. I can't see a reason as to why you should do that, but okay, I mean, feel free. It doesn't really matter that much anyway. What I'm trying to say is that this LAN IP address doesn't really leave your network at all. And it most likely changes when you reconnect the device as well, depending on which ones are available in terms of if, for example, if I disconnected this device and if I reconnected another device, that other device would probably have this IP address. And then when I reconnected my Mac later on, I would probably get 192.168.1.4. So that's just your LAN IP address. It's not your public IP address. Public IP address is something different. That is the IP address that you use to go onto the net through your default gateway. And that is the public one. That is the one that can be used to basically trace you back. But this one, yeah, forget about that. This is just a LAN IP address. This has something for communications within the LAN network, and that's about it. Anyway, probably didn't give the best of explanations there, but oh well, it's not that relevant. This is how you would identify a interface which you are using. So when you go here in VirtualBox and when you select the interface, you will select the one which you are using to connect to the net now. Now, all of these connections, it doesn't matter if you select the Wi-Fi here or Ethernet here, all of these connections will be seen by VirtualBox as wired connections. So none of them is actually your wireless. So virtual machines do not access your integrated wireless cards. Keep that in mind. They will not access your integrated wireless cards. So in the follow-up lectures, I do believe that I shall show you how you can effectively pass through a USB wireless adapter so that you get Wi-Fi on your virtual machine as well. But that is for another lecture. So allow all here and click on. By the way, if you power your machine off, you can change your MAC address here, because MAC changers don't work on virtual machines. So you can just change your MAC address here by pressing this circle here. Okay, never mind. We're switched to bridge adapter, saving settings. Okay, moving this upward. Let's type in the password. Let's go ahead and try to ping google.com. No ping, it's not passing through. Okay, no big deal. Let's type in ifconfig. I do have already assigned an IP address, and I did not release the DHCP lease. I did not release this IP address on this interface. So let's go ahead and release it. Well, several ways of doing this, but I'm just going to go ahead and type in service network manager, restart, and then type in ifconfig, and you see I have a completely different IP address now. That one was from NAT, and this one is on the LAN network. So just go ahead and type in ping google.com, and voila, it works. So both Bridge and NAT, they're working just fine. This is a first install on a Mac from 2011. That will be it for these lectures. Now we're going to move on to continuing this setup on a Mac and doing everything that you need to do to actually be able to sit back and relax and follow through this course as comfortably as you can. Until then, I would like to bid you all farewell, and I sincerely hope that this was extremely useful to all the Mac users out there.